Very popular Tiger Barb is an easy fish to care for and can be fun to watch as it swims at high speed in schools of 6 or more. It is not, however, an ideal fish for a community tank as it can be mildly aggressive and nip any fish with flowing fins. When well cared for, Tiger Barbs have a lifespan of 5 to 7 years. Tiger Barb is native to Borneo and Malaysia, including Sarawak and Kalimantan. They can also be found on the island of Sumatra and in Thailand and Cambodia. Non-native Tiger Barbs have been introduced in Singapore, Australia, the United States, and Colombia. In their native habitat, these fish inhabit quiet, tree-lined rivers and tributaries lined with sand, rocks, and thick vegetation where they can find insects, algae, invertebrates, and detritus from plants. They prefer clear, highly oxygenated. 4 tiger-like black vertical stripes on an orange-yellow body make it obvious where this member of the barb family got its common name. Red-edged fins and a red face add even more color to the popular Tiger Barb. In recent years, selective breeding has created several color variations that include green, black, red, and albino. Reaching an adult size of 2.5 to 3 inches, they are large enough to avoid being eaten by large fish, yet small enough to keep a school of them in a modest-sized tank. For a striking display, set up a species-specific tank with a half dozen of each color variation of Tiger Barb, complemented by live plants. Provided there is considerable space, one of the best tank mates for the Tiger Barb is the clown loach. It will even school with the Tiger Barbs and act as they do. Alternatively, pair the Tiger Barb with fast-moving tank mates such as danios, platies, loaches, or catfish. Tiger's barbs tolerate a wide range of water conditions but do best in soft, slightly acidic water. The ideal tank should have a large open area for swimming with an abundance of live or artificial plants around the periphery of the tank. Temperature is not critical, and this fish can even be kept in an unheated tank. Provide good lighting and a fine substrate to complete the setup. Accepting of virtually any food, Tiger Barbs should be given a variety of foods to maintain a healthy immune system. Include quality flake food as well as live and frozen foods such as brine shrimp, bloodworms, and beef heart. They will quickly gobble up small aquatic invertebrates and even cooked vegetables. Females have a broader, more rounded belly than males and are larger and heavier. Males are identified by their bright coloring and the red nose they develop during the spawning process. They are egg scatterers that provide no parental care. Tiger Barbs will eat their own eggs if they have the opportunity. Therefore, it is advisable to set up a separate breeding tank that can double as a grow-out tank for the fry. To acquire a breeding pair, keep at least a half dozen and allow them to pair off. Condition the breeders with live foods, and once a pair has been established, move them to a separate breeding tank. The breeding tank should have soft, acidic water, fine-leaved plants, and a bare bottom. Some breeders use marbles or a spawning grid on the bottom, which allows the eggs to drop safely out of the parent's grasp. Keep in mind that if the bottom is bare, it is particularly critical to observe closely, moving the parents immediately after spawning and before they can consume their eggs. Spawning will usually take place in the morning. If the breeding pair does not spawn within a day or two, a partial water change with water that is a degree or two warmer than the tank will usually trigger spawning. If more intervention is still necessary, lower the tank level by an inch, then use a watering can sprinkler to add the colder makeup water to the tank. The sprinkling vibrations mimic the conditions of the natural rainy season, sending more of the appropriate cues that it is time to spawn. The female will lay about 200 transparent to yellowish-colored eggs, which the male will immediately fertilize. As soon as the eggs have been fertilized, the breeding pair should be removed. The eggs will hatch in approximately 36 hours, and the fry will be free swimming after 5 days. Feed the fry newly hatched brine shrimp until they are large enough to accept finely crushed flake food. They are social, playful, fun to watch and make beautiful additions to a tropical tank. Those who take them on should be willing to rein in their fin nipping, and keep their diets balanced and nutritious. Keepers with a bit of experience with tropical freshwater fish should find their care to be a very rewarding task. They are relatively low maintenance compared to other species and aren't difficult to keep even, for beginners. Do you have any questions about these great starter tropical freshwater fish? Let us know in the comment section below.